Hey Pep, remember Kamijo?
Ooh.
Hey viewers, remember Kamijo? Welcome to the Battlefight Ridercast.
I thought we were starting this off with abuse.
Plans have changed, this was a much better idea.
Pep, should we abuse him?
No.
No, we should abuse ourselves for being fucking late with the last episode.
I blame that on a variety of factors, some of which are mine, some of which belong to other people. But
you need to
most
learn
of
what
which
you eat.
I will blame. Raw chicken tastes good. Well, not raw. You know what I mean. I've explained this like 12 times before. Okay, sometimes chicken isn't cooked right, but still tastes good because of spices. It makes it hard to tell, so you eat it anyway. And you can't blame that on me. Take that up with God, okay, for making things the way they are.
Okay, we gotta track down Kuroto, I guess.
No, I should have said that. Guys, I can hear the jingle outside my window already. Ah!
You sure it's not the ice cream truck?
Give me a second. There's a half-naked man out there talking about zombies, so I don't think so.
So, we have 2 episodes of this thing called Revise. Let's try and recap it. Okay.
Before we do, this segment will be on Kamen Rider Revise, Episode 2 and Episode 3. Kamen Rider Revise, where our vices are mean, our Revise are clean, and our Georges are just plain sweet. Please, Home, continue.
Amen. Okay, so...
Hey guys, Home just burped.
Fuck off!
We didn't catch it in the recording, but it was there.
Cut this out or I will kill you. So we start off in episode 2 with a big old CG spaceship, and I gotta go back, but I'm pretty sure George is doing a dab there.
Of course he is. That's his style.
Yeah.
CGI spaceship. Don't you love Marvel's Nick Fury?
Who? But yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, he's doing a dab while watching Revise's first fight.
I think he's just a Usain Bolt fan, honestly.
Nah, he's a Kamen Rider fan. Did you not see his phone? With all the stickers?
He's
what
just doing
episode?
a stronger
There was no
pose.
such episode where we see his phone home.
Oh yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh, you guys didn't see the first episode?
What do you mean the first episode?
Yeah, so
And then the Virgin meme walks into set.
no, by virgin meme you mean the caddy and the dipshit golfer?
No, his brother. You missed the scene with Icky's brother coming in.
Unimportant. Anyway, we gotta set up the background characters for this episode. So we have a
I miss Robot X Laser Beam.
what? Doesn't exist. Anyway, we have this kind of caddy, kind of, which I was fucked up while watching it because I swear I saw that actor somewhere else, but apparently I didn't.
Oh, do you think all Japanese people look alike?
No,
Whoa,
no.
Home.
It was just specifically his face and voice were very, very familiar.
Sure. Jesus, 2 episodes in and we already have to replace a cast member. God. Me to ask Bones if he's
Yeah, we gotta get somebody else to do our BR editor. That's sad.
Somebody who can finish anything on
shut
time.
the fuck up. Yeah, maybe someone you can actually pay.
Wait, somebody was supposed to pay me?
Yes, the government.
So yeah, so the caddy meets a fine gentleman with a traditional Mexican attire, and he's not questioning it at all. And then
Why would you? When a man has that much style, you just listen to it. It commands respect.
you take that the devil's stamp he has and put it to your arm.
I mean, hey, it's probably less dangerous than any contract that Phoenix is offering Iki.
Speaking of, hey, we have his brother, his dipshit brother, trying to convince Iki. Hey, come on, be part of our not Foundation X. It's fine. It's cool. And Iki's.
I sure do love Kamen Rider Kabuto. Don't you guys love Kamen Rider Kabuto?
Yes. This show would have been 10 times better if you would replace Daiji with Tendo.
No, that's going a bit too far.
Okay, I'm sorry. If you were to replace Iki's dad with Tendo.
Tendo, it works because Tendo's actor's a YouTuber now. It works.
Yes. And something we forgot to mention: opening. It's sick.
No worrying
Injected
moments in
right
that
into my
opening.
veins.
It has
Not a single one.
It has for some reason it has a fucking DNA strands and the fucking
That is not the worst thing
No,
in there. That is not the worst
Yes,
thing
the-
in there. By a long shot.
I'm looking at this image of the fucking evolution. And that's giving me a bit
No.
of a stroke.
Go forward a bit and see George with his 3 vats of Kamen Rider and that fucking terrifying stare and tell me that's the worst thing
Why are
in
you
there.
looking at it? That's his Figbus. Come on.
What?
Maybe even that's not the most worrying thing in that intro.
No, wait. It's his Figmas and they're in the jars.
Yes, he's saving them for later. Guys, let's not imply George is gonna be the main antagonist right at the start. Come on.
Oh, I wouldn't want to do that. I'm not r/Kamen Rider on the Reddit app.
I would still argue that George having his riders in his tubes is not the most worrying part of that intro.
What is then, huh?
Oh, I'm gonna show you.
Make sure to show it.
Look at this.
Make sure to show it to our viewers.
Hey viewers, just imagine all this.
Don't be evil.
I don't know. This could be good things. It could be, a bunch of people lining up to get vaccinated.
Auschwitz is fun.
Or,
How about
yeah. No, I didn't say yeah to that. I didn't say yeah to that.
I can't believe we have to replace 2 people already.
I'm sorry if that
God.
looks like we have to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my own podcast with myself and no one else.
With blackjack and hookers.
I don't know how to
Just
play
replace us with
blackjack.
Thermite and Zaku. Make this a spin-off of the We Watch 100 Isekai podcast.
Yeah, we gotta get the Thermite and Zaku in for one episode where we discuss wait. Which season of Kamen Rider is the most isekai?
Go!
Saber!
Fuck!
No! Both by the same man. What a trend.
I'm pretty sure that one of the actors for Saber before the series released was like, oh yeah, this story feels like an isekai.
I'm gonna murder.
Moving on from hell.
Yes, I finished. Keep up. So yeah,
Whoa, just read
yes, a song very good, and I like the shot of the shot of like you have Iki and Vice standing opposite to each other, like, under each other, with that shot is really good, and song slaps.
It's even better because they reverse it afterwards with Vice on the top and Revive the bottom and like.
Yeah, it's
Heaven
pretty
and Hell.
cool.
Like,
And
And then we have another worrying part of the intro.
don't worry, don't even think for a second that the opening is spoiling who the second and the tertiary writer is. Don't worry about it. Just ignore it.
so who is that? I don't recognize
Pretty
him.
sure it's Iki.
What?
Yeah, you gotta see him.
Oh fuck!
Kinda. Not sure.
Oh boy.
So
oh
yeah,
boy. I can't believe we're already using Gio's plot twist. No, not plot twist. Plot hook.
So
I don't
yeah,
know.
Yeah, it's the
in short, OP good song slaps 7 out of 10.
Yes. One more thing. I especially loved the ending bit where he's just like screaming out in the rain. Very 0-1.
Yes.
A shame that it ends with probably the worst bit of CGI in the whole opening. Dinosaur just running through the street. It looks
Don't
so
worry
dumb.
about it.
No, that's Kino.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to talk more about that later, actually, because I feel like it's more relevant later on in the episode.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, but after the opening, we still have Daiji trying to convince Iki to, hey, sign this contract, dipshit, and Iki's like, but the bathhouse and family.
Like I said, he likes to keep clean.
Yes. Just ignore Vice shitting everywhere.
I just like to point out the irony of We have a season about devils, and the last 2 episodes have been about Phoenix trying to get Iki to sign a contract.
Ooh, I didn't catch that. That's good.
And also a hope for the future. I hope that aside from just Phoenix being like, hey, we have detected the dead man's activity, I hope the other fucking monster radar we have is just fucking Twitter.
Of course.
just daddy coming into the rooms like, hey, hey, this thing just popped up on Twitter. You should go, Iki.
I mean, Saber May was using Instagram until she got the magic book.
That is true, and Snapchat is already a very important part of Revice's transformation. So,
which
that's lying.
I hope someone has the translations of those transformations up.
Imagine not using Genom Core to watch the episodes.
I mean,
but you didn't watch the 3rd episode using GameCorp.
That's neither here nor there.
We watched it legally, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
What? There is no legal way to watch this anyway. It's fine.
Don't ruin it. They are coming after us. Stop.
What's that sound? Do you guys hear?
It's Sissy Hypnosis music. It's the Sissy Mind Break Hypnosis music.
God, no! Shut the fuck up!
It says the fanboy.
Okay, moving on. Alright, following that, we finally have Iki getting his bike in episode 2. Much earlier than
I would like to...
Saberman got
I would like
it.
to propose that Iki has top 3 rider bikes in all of Kamen Rider. Well, it may look like a normal bike. When Bike possesses it, it's 10 out of 10.
It also has the X8 effect. You know the one.
Where the bike is alive. Though having a
Ride me, partner.
I mean, I don't remember there ever being like a initial D drift in any other Rider season.
I think Kuga probably had it.
Nah.
Kuga has like some crazy bike action, doesn't it?
Kuga has bike kinda, but not the bike drifting.
Alright, enough about Kuga. We'll cover that in our
Don't
next
worry
segment.
about it.
Kuga is the only one
Moving
with a
on.
bike upgrade.
Moving on, we have Mantis. What are the monsters called? Dead Man.
That man.
It's the Mantis Dead Man.
Yeah, and then which gets slammed by the fucking bike.
Mm-hmm. And then Vice releases a fucking amazing hyper combo on it.
And hey, we finally get our first we have a new form, which is the double form.
The eagle genome.
AKA the double form.
Now count up your wings.
Man, I wonder.
1, 2, 3, 4. Huh, that's weird. I don't remember any birds having 4 wings.
And also in the fight, we see that Vice is still a dipshit demon and is still lusting for that sweet human flesh.
It's so good. He's such a dipshit. I hope it takes a really long time for him to change.
I mean, I feel like this was the episode for him where he had a pretty big change.
Yeah, but he's still like a big old
And
dipshit in the
another
next
point-
episode too. Not as much.
Also, I would
but he is still
say
one.
that the action in Revice is superb because the scene where Iki is mad at Vice and as they're fighting, they're slowly them fighting is they're doing the commands for the henshin, so they form into the big CGI bird. And just that entire
God, I hate the big CGI bird.
while it is a big bad CGI bird, the way we get it is really sick.
No, it isn't. The way we get it is the worst part about it. It looks so dumb. The design itself is so stupid looking. I don't understand who came up with this.
I just said the way we get it is by Iki and Vice fighting each other, and they just transform by accident.
All right, that's really raw. Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah.
It just I will say Revice might have the best action in all of Kamen Rider.
We're 3 episodes in.
Not yet.
Don't.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I still haven't seen anything that beats B's boxing.
If I were to compare the first 3 episodes of any other Rider season, then when it comes to action, then Revise would be on top.
Absolutely not. Kabuto has that amazing fight scene in the first episode. The one where he's up against like 6 of the other worms.
Kabuto is cool. Kabuto is cool, but I have a slight nitpick with how Speed is portrayed in Kabuto, but that's for another time.
Saber also had some peak fights near the end.
That is, yeah. But they also had a bunch of really bad fights too, though. I'll say one really good thing about Saber, though. The sword choreography in that, beautiful. The best out of any other Rider season.
So yeah, but big...
They're actually using a bastard sword like you would use a bastard sword.
So yeah, big CGI bird is bad. Let's ignore it and move on.
I'm surprised neither you have caught that it's an eagle at the golf course.
Moving on. Vice, we see Vice whispering something to the shitty golf man, which won't have repercussions later in the episode. Don't worry about it.
Man, I love the Marvel Comics character Gore the God Butcher. Don't you? That's a deep cut reference for anyone. That's it. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. We have Vice lusting over Ikki's mom and her human flesh. Scrumptious.
Who wouldn't?
Human flesh. Yeah, then we got back to the villains. Well, Aguilera mainly lusting over the big plastic statue.
Wait, before that, just absolutely adorable. I love Ikki's dad. He's so cute. The 3-headed crane.
He's
so
cute.
Good. You were wrong the first episode. He's great.
How did he do it?
He's a master at origami. How do you think he got his start on YouTube? You have to target a niche.
So yeah, we got to the dead man. So they're like, oh hey, we have this golf man. He's like, hey, give me a vice step. Like, yeah, we give him a vice step, and that's over. It's a quick.
I mean, do they need more? Do they need a 10-step process? Do they need a contract?
Like an asshole to believe it.
Then
they literally make a contract. Shut up.
Then Vice basically tells to Ikki, hey, I made that dipshit go evil for fun, and Ikki's like, okay, let me transform so I can beat your ass.
So good.
That was good. Again, I love Ikki just being so normal.
Not normal, he's just a fucking Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they're all like reasonable, response. I feel like most other writers, they'd try to be really like consoling and appealing to Vice's humanity. But Ikki's just like, you piece of shit, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you.
Where other writers would talk it out, Ikki just puts up his fist.
Yeah. And it's not like it's like an overreaction or like an overly aggressive response. I mean,
he just gets to the point.
Yeah, and Vice did also threaten to eat.
And then we have
times.
we have another action scene where we get introduced to the Vice gun phones, but this time instead of flip phones, they're touch the modern phones. They're not cool.
Smartphones.
Yes.
Unlike you.
How technology improves.
And then we have Ikki once again showing off his balls. It's like, yeah, let me fight all these dead men without a suit, just so I can fucking convince this dipshit devil to make a contract with me so he doesn't eat people.
Not the best out of suit fight scene, I'll say, but it certainly wasn't bad.
High emotion.
Ikki's actor is he's a black belt in karate, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
So high emotion, very very raw.
But the whole thing, like how he was trying to force Vice to make a deal with him, very Den-O. I really enjoyed that.
I remember, it was the Ore Sancho. Yeah, I remember that was a good episode. Very good.
Every episode of Den-O is a very good episode. I will take no arguments. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. We have we have another, once again, Revise action, very good, high quality. Where we have Vice steal fucking the phone from Daiji so he has some weapon to use.
And thus begins okay, not the beginning, but the real start of the steep slope into how much of a virgin Daiji is.
I'm sad that the Owen Buster isn't an axe and a shotgun; it's just an axe and a chunky pistol.
Yes, but the introduction of the pistol part was very good.
Yeah, where he just
I can't believe they just stole it straight out of Zenkaiger.
What?
Great.
Well, no, because in Zenkaiger it was like, wait, what the fuck? He just shot. We were talking.
And then they do it again, like every other of the introduction episodes. It's so good.
And the gun part, and the
similar.
weapon itself is just stolen straight up from Kabuto. It's just the exact same.
I don't even understand why he needs a gun. The axe does the job for the gun.
But I feel like
When the axe like does it, it's a big like finisher preamble. This is
But-
quicker. They don't have to use
for
the
episode
effects.
2, there's only one part we need to really discuss. The most important part. The beginning of the gay.
Yeah.
He's just motorboating his ass.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, Eagle was almost there, but this really. God, I just realized he straight up, after he says his line, he goes like real deep in.
And also, I would argue.
Gotta get the most out of it.
Also, I would argue
God.
that the T-Rex, the CG T-Rex, looks almost worse than the Eagle. Almost.
Yeah. Oh,
Now, guys, I have an important question. When we get to the Megalodon, will the finisher be a prone bone or grinding?
we've already seen Megalodon. It's 6'9".
Is it?
Yeah,
Ah,
and that's the one they used in the movie.
Man, I wish I wasn't a fucking dipshit skeleton. I would think that all this gay is accidental and not 100% intentional, right?
look who just popped up as you said
Call out
that.
to you. Wait.
Hey guys.
Fuck, he heard.
Hey listeners. I'm gonna need you to go to Twitter and type in @Crossbone is cool and bully him.
Specifically tweet at him, Crossbone is not cool. That'll really get under his jibe.
Thanks
Calling
guys.
Persona 3 is the best Persona game.
Yes.
Which it is. That's not a lie. Just tell the truth on that one.
Anyway, that was episode 2. Yeah, it was great. Yeah,
I love it. I will say while it is completely overshadowed, I do feel there are slight hints of the gay between the caddy and the golf man himself too. Just want to put that out there before we
we'll
finish.
never
It's
see them
important to
again.
say.
I do want to mention that it is very nice to see that after getting their demons sealed, both of them got post-nut clarity.
And also, wait, didn't they also say that, hey, you two guys, you're not going to be going to jail, but we are taking you to a psychiatrist?
Yes, a psychiatrist, not an asylum, I swear.
Yes, which I like that, since, you know, the big gimmick, like with the monsters, is that they are your inner demons. It's like, why would you put them into the fucking prison? Get them a psychiatrist.
Talking about that, I think I figured out why the shark has furry legs.
What?
Why?
It's because the furry legs is the original demon underneath, while the shark is what the stamp put on him.
Oh.
Oh!
Because if you notice the mantis, he has scales.
That's so
That's
cool.
a really...
That makes sense too, because the bottom part isn't origami, but the top part is.
That's neat. Good on you, Revice.
Oh man, the designs in the show are so, and it works because Vice is the same way. Vice is just like a little bit less because he always has like the Vice undersuit and like the Vice under armor, and then the stuff is put on top.
It's always the helmet and on his arms that are changed, but everything else is basically the same.
Except where the monsters are origami, Vice's things always like look stitched up. I wonder what that's about.
He's using a belt.
Yeah, but like,
Well, maybe we'll find out later, and we find out that actually it's the dead that's the main antagonist.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh,
His demon is the three-headed crane.
that would be so raw.
Episode 3, start. Yeah, so,
Kamen Rider Revice, Episode 3. Hostage trouble. What to do, brother?
be a dipshit,
Oh,
I guess.
brother, what do we do?
What? Hey, brother, watch me as I go fuck shit up. Watch me as I make the situation even worse. So yeah, we start the episode with once again a dead man, and then they're like, hey, instead of just picking up random people and giving them advice steps, why don't we grow one, nurture it?
I still understand what that meant. Like, they're still picking up someone, right? I think it's gonna be the sister. Okay, that's
gonna come later.
But that's still just a random person.
But no, what they're doing is they're taking one person, summoning a demon. That demon fights, it gets sealed, returns to the person. But what it has learned stays. Then they summon it again.
Oh,
Ansatz-chan. Just think Ansatz-chan.
yeah, you're right. Or also Charybdis.
Also,
That's weird. We have two of the same villain type right after each other.
then we have
I guess Charybdis was slightly more important than Ansatsu though.
then we have a scene between Daiji and the mom in the hospital, and that's the scene. Moving on, we have a fucking.
Now, I want you to return to that scene.
Why?
And I want you to look at Daiji's right hand. Right arm, specifically.
Right, left, right.
Don't worry about it.
What, you mean the...
Don't worry about
I
it.
don't get it.
It's fine.
Don't you see? Don't you see something red on his right arm?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the Phoenix Man. Oh!
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
I mean, if you're correct, that's intentional.
Moving on,
Yeah.
we have some fucking dipshit people like, hey, we're gonna invade. We have this cool Yakuza 3 plot. We have. We want to build this thing here, but hey, your bathhouse is in the way. Can you sign this paper so we can demolish it? Like, he's like, fuck no. And then the customers come in, they say fuck no, and then the dad comes in and says fuck yes.
I love all these weird ass character designs. They all feel like they could have their own special episode just devoted to
great.
them.
Also,
There's the one guy with the massive sun earring that's just on one
Also-
ear. And I want to know more about him.
question: what the fuck was Iki's dad doing? What is that challenge?
I'm sorry, have you not heard of the viral YouTube challenge where you tie up one arm using duct tape and with the other you try to get to the bottom of a packet of tissues as fast as possible? You know what, I'm gonna do it for you right now.
I feel like somebody described to him, hey, do you know that boxers, the way they train their jabs is they tie up one hand so that they have one hand always to their temple, and with the others they train up their jabs. It's like,
Oh shit, wait, no. This is a hint to him being the villain. This is him training his jabs. He's just the way that his family doesn't realize.
but the motion is completely different. Makes no sense.
Oh, but no, instead of jabs, he uses claw scratches. I honestly don't know where I'm going with this joke, if I'm being very honest.
He's training up for the summoning of his first inner demon, the crab.
I mean, yeah. You also mentioned the wild character designs that were just the customers in the bathhouse, and I'm just looking at this guy. I'm mesmerized.
Yeah. I need to know more.
There's also straight up just an anime made back there.
What is
too.
the lore here?
Also, the repeat customer from last episode. Sorry, not last episode. Episode 1 is just the cameraman for Iki's dad now. For some
So yes,
reason.
I hope all these customers are just always gonna be here.
I hope we never get an explanation
No.
of any of them.
No.
It's a fucking Tsubomi chef.
Next scene, we have Iki's sister, which I fail to remember her name as of now.
Sakura.
Bless you.
Shut the fuck
So
up.
Sakura, we have and her friend are being dropped off by her friend's mom, who also has a younger daughter that
She loves more.
Friend's mom. I think friend's mom is a strong word. Friend's person that gave birth to her, because she clearly isn't doing any of the mom stuff a mom's
She
meant to
clearly
do.
has a favorite one.
Eh.
Yes, it's a
Clearly the one that makes money.
yeah, and it's a dipshit.
And then we get to creepy stalker man and Bull. I don't know what to call him. The best, but also the worst
Julio?
of the 3 dead
Julio?
men. Yeah, Julio.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
He's got a wonderful design. He just doesn't have like the same force of style that the other two
Okay,
have,
so remember,
you know?
Aguilera,
You
the
could
girl.
argue he has more.
Aguilera is the girl, Julio is Big Hat Man, and Ortega is the green.
Ortega is the hot.
I think the problem is Julio doesn't have like the eyeliner game that Ortega
He
has.
doesn't need it. He has the hat.
He replaces
Okay, fair enough.
he replaces his lack of presence by a gain in size.
God, he is so massive. I'm surprised he wasn't a wrestler before.
We can all agree that this is a big upgrade from the Megiddo from a saber.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know.
Even the Megiddo's like big sexy man, Zuos does not compare to him at all.
The trip game is off
I
the
don't know.
charts.
I don't know. Can Julio backflip?
You know what? I'm gonna say he can. I'm gonna say he can. Even if we never see it, I'm 100% sure he can. Not only can he backflip, but he can also keep the hat on while backflipping.
I mean, the hat is technically a part of his body, isn't it? Because we see him in his like actual dead man form, and he still has the hat, and it's like a part of
It's
his horn.
stapled to his skull.
He uses flatsuit.
No, it's not stapled. It's stamped.
Ha!
Oh,
Funny man here over here, eh? Funny man. Also,
we got a comedian.
also,
Just call me
also
Aruto.
second one.
That's denial.
Second one after the opening, we have a confirmation on as to who the person in black robes was at the start of the episode, in the dead man's base.
Oh shit!
I called it. Also, I called it immediately that it was totally Sakura's friend.
That means I was totally thinking it was gonna be Sakura's sister.
She doesn't have a sister. She is the sister.
What does that mean? Oh yeah, and then we move on to Iki's dad being a dipshit about
Sakura
to
is
sign
the
it.
only. She is the only female sibling in that family.
Soon Meme's gonna start worrying about his vice fiance.
I don't get it.
Sakura is Iki's sister. Sakura is the karate lady in the opening.
Yes,
She doesn't have a sister. She has brothers.
I'm confused. Wait, what?
You are talking about Sakura's sister. Yes.
Was I? I meant Ayaka. I mean Ayaka's sister.
How do you? Moving on. Also, why would it be the little child, you dipshit?
I don't know. Little children are dipshits.
Also, the size wouldn't add up.
Yeah, platforms.
We know she doesn't wear platforms at the end of the episode.
She changed shoes.
She was still the same height.
Platforms underneath.
There are no
No.
platforms.
She's sitting on a
No,
stool.
the end of the episode destroys your theory. Eat shit.
I will not. Let's move on.
Yes, we have a fight where since Iki didn't sign the contract, that doesn't mean he doesn't have the briefcase with the belt. That means he has to, fight himself.
Man, I sure do love Kamen Rider 5 from 2003.
Yeah, the action is great in fights. Mm-hmm. And then also, someone's bright idea is like, hey, let's have an action scene in this gym, what is it called?
Kids Playground?
Jungle Gym.
Jungle Gym?
Yeah, let's have a fight in this jungle.
Whoever's idea that was deserves a raise and a promotion, because hot damn, that's a good
Yeah,
fight.
and so once again, Revise. It's weird that Revise is the front running man in the out of suit fights for not counting Showa, because I think Super One is the martial arts man.
Just because he's the martial arts man doesn't mean he actually does martial arts. It's fine.
Isn't he also the one who ran away with all the fans' money?
Don't worry about it. Then we have the creepy stalker man you mentioned, who has pulled out something that nobody has ever seen in Toku. An actual gun.
How dare you? Kuga will not be disrespected like this.
I'm right. I'm sorry. You didn't
Also,
even
at
watch
the start
Kuga.
of 01.
Alright, of course, how could I forget my own son's weapon of choice? Oh.
So yeah, this random person pulls up a gun and says, "Hey, Hey, you lady with the... Hey, you lady, come with me. Why? I don't know, just come with me. Seriously, E.
And then we get the gorilla monster, punching Kong, love him. That's a salaryman outfit, right?
Let me go back. Dude, you already had the girl who you know has a rich family. You don't know the money situation of that girl's family. Why would you take her? The only reason your plan failed is because you took her.
It's backup. Don't worry about it. If one gets out on ransom, you still get to shoot someone.
God.
I would agree with you if he wasn't trying to be preachy dipshit later.
Yes, he's a fucking soy
villain.
This is fucking soy Jack. What's your problem?
Moving on. Then Daiji finally shows up to give Iki a belt so he can actually fight.
Daiji had a pretty cool scene here, like before he goes back to being a virgin, where he's like on the phone and he just pulls out a gun and shoots one of the dead men, just boom, while he's still talking on the phone, which is pretty cool. After that, he goes back to normal.
Also, this episode, someone really was had a thing for. Well, let's just put the camera in the belt.
Yeah.
Don't you love GoPros and Kamen Rider Wizard?
Yes, I do.
Alright, you're you.
Yes.
Let's move on, please. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
You haven't seen Wizard, shut the fuck up.
I meant because we need to talk about it in the next segment. Come on.
I'm excited when we finally do the big Wizard spoiler cast. And it's gonna be me and Meme agreeing with each other that the Wizard is indeed cool, and Pep is crying in the corner.
Honestly, from what I've seen of Wizard, I might actually really like it once I watch it. But we need to move on. Come on.
Yes, we have another standard, typical 8 out of 10 action scene. For Vice.
Quite nice.
Yeah.
Nothing like particularly stand out to say about it. Oh, except for the
one random.
What do you call it?
The one random.
The big like dinosaur head. What do you call it? T-Rex skull.
And also the one random shot where the camera for some reason starts focusing on these plush toys of animals. One random shot.
Merchandising.
No, it's not even merchandising. Just generic ass fucking stuffed animals. Just I don't know why. Also, like I have one small gripe with the action in Revise, and that's I feel like they need to pace out Vice's interjections and his comedy a bit better.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we're like, hey, an action scene is happening while Vice just talks shit.
No, jingle those keys. I need endorphin. Fuck you.
If it was just Vice talking shit, it'd be okay. But like, there'll be like spans where Vice doesn't say anything, and then like in 1 minute he'll like pop off like 7 jokes right after each other. Boom, 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 boom. And that's what makes it really annoying. If it was just like the same amount of jokes spaced around like the whole time, it'd be more bearable.
Yes. After the action scene where Iki almost kills Vice, people want to. Hey, we know that the dead man's and the hostages are connected. What are we gonna do? Then as I said, that we have the moment where this is the moment where Daiji performs teleportation.
Before that, I just want to say how nice it is to have like a writer that like actually switches forms like to use in the situation again, because I feel like Saber just never switched forms after episode 10, and when they did switch forms, it was just for no reason, just for an endorphin rush.
Okay,
you know?
We're only 3 episodes in. Let's wait at least the next. Wait at least 15.
You know, I think it was a bit different in Saber when some of the forms were objectively more powerful than others.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as Kiva, where the other forms basically didn't exist the moment Emperor showed up.
Okay, no, but that one's fair because it almost killed
Seiji Takaiwa, but
yeah, it almost killed Seiji Takaiwa, so I think that's fine.
I mean, hey, do you remember the Trinity form that showed up in one episode and also had no chains on it?
If they use that form more often, I would genuinely have hated Kiva more, because it's such a shitty form.
But at least it will be better than having the final form just be there for half the show.
Yeah, it was alright. I liked it when it became like a statement of him being, King of Fang. We're getting off topic. This is next segment.
No,
Stop
it's not
it.
next segment. That's something a bit more broad. Anyway, next scene we have the scene where, as I said, the kidnapper decides to fucking be It's like, I'm doing this to prove a statement. Motherfucker, she's just some. She's not even like the daughter of like a politician or anything. She's just some random dipshit mother who's getting money from her fucking 12-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
That's no statement. You're just an asshole.
I mean, he's clearly...
It is literally just what Sakura says about him just like wanting for an excuse to be an asshole.
I mean, he's clearly the type of guy who's like, he blames society for being poor, and then you ask him how he lost his money, and he says he's drunk and all.
We live in a society,
Hey,
Sakura.
you're gonna ask him, it's like...
Don't you understand?
You're gonna ask him, how'd you lose all that money? Then you see a picture of a pachinko parlor.
He got really, really into Kaiji. Don't worry about it.
But Kaiji at least wins.
He really liked part 2.
Exactly, he thought he could beat Kaiji.
He really liked part 2.
Moving on from that,
As I said,
we get the continuation of Daiji's Virgin Saga. Am I right?
Also, how'd he get there so fast?
Because it's a fucking airship above the city.
Yeah!
How do they get to the airship in the first place, actually?
Yeah, that's my point. Can he teleport?
We don't see any...
Do they have teleportation technology?
Oh, maybe they have, like, the bikes that, the Fire Form bikes? Maybe they just have that as, like, standard bikes. Old style, and that's how they get around.
I was actually thinking the Gaim, from Gaim.
Like the hover bikes?
Yeah, the hover bikes from Gaim, I was thinking, actually.
I mean, I doubt they'd have those hover bikes, considering it's a different universe.
I mean, not exactly those, but at least some hover bikes that makes more sense than fucking teleportation.
Yeah.
And where we were saying, hey, can I get these items? Yeah, cool, I'll take them. And then he looks at what clearly is the belt for the secondary rider, but
no. First, he looks at George's brand new gaming PC. Thank you very much.
Yes, which is powered by that belt. And then we cut away, and
Can I just say about that belt for a second? Its design, it makes me angry, but I also very much like it. Because it looks really, really weird. Like, it looks like one of those, you remember that event that they held a while back? With all, like, the really wacky, cool belt designs with, like, the holograms and the steam and, like, the pistons and stuff? It looks like something from that. I really like that part of the design. It also makes me very angry because one of the belts I designed for my, like, fan rider is literally just that, with an extra handle.
Meme. It's better than one of the riders you designed. Straight up just being stories.
Shut up! You're deaf! Shut up!
now I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is, but when I look at it, I look at the black and how it shines, it looks really, really plasticky. Like,
I don't think you get much more plasticky than like Revice's normal driver, though.
No, that one doesn't feel as plasticky as this one. Because I say, like, I'm looking at the black, how the black looks and how it shines. I'm like, I can imagine a store that I can just buy at a Vietnamese store. Just like I can picture like a bad belt being sold at a Vietnamese store.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah, then we have a scene where we finally get to see, hey, that girl's mom is really a bitch, huh?
Of course.
He's a dipshit.
We already have one set of good parents, we don't need more.
Yes. There can only be one family.
This is why Iki's dad needs to be the villain writer. Because we can't have a good family relationship in Kamen Rider.
Wait, for a second I was worried you were gonna say, this is why Iki's dad beats his wife.
No. No, the villain is not gonna be the dad. It's going to be an uncle. It needs to be someone that's just enough separated from the family. So, hey, you know the evil guy that looks kind of like Iki? What if that's him?
No!
That would be a cousin then.
No, I think I like him being an uncle.
No, it's
Just make
make him an uncle. It's a thousand thing. He is 40, but he just looks 20.
It's because of the contract he's done with one of the dead mans. It's kept him looking young.
Yes.
Oh shit! We're unraveling the show.
Talking about Towser, is anybody getting guy vibes from Hiromi?
Which one is Hiromi again?
The Cape Man.
Oh, okay. I don't know, not really. Like, Guy always felt super villainy. Hiromi feels like he's going to be like mostly. He reminds me more of the Gatak's dad from Kabuto.
Gayamatsu is the kind of person where I felt shocked he became a good guy.
I'm happy that no one treated him like a good guy, though.
Yeah, and didn't get anything that was deserving of his deeds. But
Yes,
let's
that's why we need to petition for a Kamen Rider 01 Others Towser.
Yeah, where he finally goes to jail.
Isn't Zaya like basically that? No, so I mean President Special basically that.
No, that one's more about Kurodo.
Of course it is.
Uh,
So yeah, after that scene where we see
You'll never die.
after that scene where we see Mother is shit, we see a karate sister being very strong, trying to undo her bindings. Meanwhile, we then get to cut back and see Vice to meet Iki's ideal family with math. And it's like, you can lose one, you have 5 others, it's fine.
That might be the most Momotaro's moment he's had so far.
I feel like even Momotaro wouldn't be this much of a caveman. Yeah, then, and hey, we have Daiji teleporting on his bike to do a very stupid thing.
I wish that bike was at least had like little jets at the back.
Also, I find it funny that I feel like I feel like Julio in his Deadman 4, I feel like he has at least three mouths on every appendage.
Okay, I'm gonna count this up.
I mean, he's a hungry boy. Come on.
Because he has 2 on his face.
I just realized he has 3 on his face, including his hat.
That's why I'm like 2 on his face and 1 on his hat.
And I hate the fact that he has a mouth everywhere except for his mouth. No.
Man, yeah. Now I get reminded of Shinogami Tensei Digital Devil Saga, where you have one lady who has 2 mouths,
Yeah,
and both of them are her tits.
I had to finish Digital Devil Saga at one point. I think I got to like the place after you kill the Batman.
Hey, Meme, how about you finish something else first?
I'll get around to it eventually.
It's been 5 months! Come on!
I'm at the last boss fight, don't worry.
Meme. This is not something you want, but I'm gonna need you to put this in the fucking podcast because motherfucker.
Look,
Corner 4K.
moving on. We continue Daiji's saga of being a massive virgin.
I already said.
Yeah,
I already said.
Laugh at the funny man.
I said it. He teleported in on his bike to make a bad decision.
I know, but we continue that on. He hands over the very important, powerful weapon device thingamajiggy.
And then Julio tells him he's a
And then
dipshit.
gets his ass kicked.
Yeah, Julio tells him he's a dipshit.
Julio base.
And then we get the Deno form.
AKA the best, like, form that we're gonna get. Base form that we're gonna get, I mean.
AKA climaxing from the trunk.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only place where you can climax.
Remember,
Man.
this form is only for those who have climaxed from the start to finish.
Yes.
Oh, God. Buddy up. I'm so happy that my Ore-san... Oh, shit! I'm an idiot!
Yes, you are.
I should have made the Ore-san joke again at the start of this. Ah!
You fail. Die.
Oh well, I guess I'll have to go
Also,
back to playing my video
I
game.
like the like what seems to be like gonna be a running thing is it happened in the previous episode and also in this is where Iki and Vice do a fist bump and then you get a cool No More Heroes moment.
Great.
Also, another thing that has been there from previous episode, the new form is revealed in an appropriate place. We had the eagle at the golfing course, and now we have the Deno form at the hostage situation.
The best arc in Deno. And then we have another sick-ass moment from Iki's sister. Wait, did we already cover it? No, we haven't yet, right?
No, this is where we find out that, yeah, she's a strong lady and beats up a creepy man.
She breaks out of her zip tie lock on her own.
Yeah, which...
And then beats the hell out of him. It's so good.
Like, hey... I feel like that is a confirmation that she is indeed a Kobayashi strong lady because I know people that do bodybuilding and they wouldn't be able to do that.
Also, I just want to compliment the form on that roundhouse is impeccable. That's good. Like the way it's cut is a little weird, but like her stance at the end and her what do you call it?
I mean,
the pullback at the start is wonderful.
I mean, they have an actual professional on set to show them how to do it, playing the main character.
Speaking of forms and stances, it's time for Iki to suck Vice's dick.
It's not complete. His head is pointing down. Okay, it's good and Christian.
Yeah, he's ready though. Also,
he's coming for the balls.
Oh my god! I just realized he does all the gay shit with the devil.
Okay, I know that it's a Deno, that visually it's a Deno reference, but why the fuck does the mammoth spawn train tracks?
Because Deno, you already answered this question.
Because home. Imagine a mammoth walking somewhere. What's it gonna leave behind? Tracks.
That's. I want to strangle you.
God,
So yeah,
beautiful.
So yeah, they as the mammoth beat up Julio for being and then Julio's like, I'm out of this scene. And just leaves.
Oh, and before that, the fall of his finger GoPro scene, which really good use of the GoPro.
No,
that was really
after
fun.
that. That's after Julio dipping out.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
That's immediately after that.
Well, still, it's worth changing the order for. Cause good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the mammoth form giving Iki boomerangs.
It's a good weapon. I don't think it's used enough, you know?
Yeah.
Like in Rider. It feels like the kind of like funny gimmick weapon that more forms would use.
Also, I like the finisher that it has, where you have all the shields that are bouncing the boomerangs, and then all the shields stack up above the monster.
Mm-hmm.
And
It
then we
feels
have
really like the O's finisher.
Oh, you know what? Personally, I really feel like it's a very to me, it's a mix of like Drive's finisher and
Yeah,
also
Drive's-
Urotaurus' finisher.
drives rider kick, and after that,
Oh my! Wait! It just hit me. The thing. It's not just like shield stack on each other. It's also like hot tub towels.
anyway, after that we have a scene which I will run.
Come on, that's funny. That's a
After
good
that,
catch. Come on.
we have a scene which I will want to mark as the birthplace, as the source of what I would like to call Daiji's Cucks saga. Where like, oh, Iki wouldn't be able to do that. You, oh Sakura, thank you, we wouldn't be able to do that. You, oh hey Daiji, you helped.
You
Daiji's
don't
like,
need to thank me. I'm cool, okay? I
and
swear.
then we get a
You can
flashback.
hear his pride crumbling.
And then we get a flashback to Daiji asking George for the belt, and George goes, "What? Nah, fam, nah." Yeah, and then we have the leaders like, "Don't bring your fucking personal baggage over here, you motherfucker! You said no to the revised belt. Fucking shut up, pussy."
He's surprisingly like professional for a Kamen Rider CEO.
I mean,
Yeah, he's a villain.
no, he's just carrying the same energy he had as the character he played in Amazons. Yeah, after that scene, we get the reveal that, hey, who would have guessed that the kidnapper didn't have the vice stamp? Who could have guessed? And then we have a scene where it's like, oh, it was actually Sakura's friend. Or it might be because of the shoes.
I really don't know what the deal with the kidnapper was.
Oh, they just hired him.
Red herring.
Alright, then he's just a whole horse, alright.
Don't...
No, he doesn't deserve to be called
Yeah,
a
I was about to say.
He's like half the
I was
horse.
about to say fucking...
Quarter horse.
Yeah, he's just a foal.
He's just an eighth of a horse.
He's just a hoof.
No, he's the weird part of a horse where their ankle is their knee.
So yeah, that was a Revise, episode 3. Revise, still good. Yeah!
Yeah, nothing much changed. It's good.
Yeah, it's still good.
Oh, it just hit me after the credits.
Oh yeah, also I forgot to
they
say.
have the PC.
I forgot to say. I don't know how to feel about on the next episode starting off with Icky shirtless. I feel like that might be a bit too much. Well, I say that while I'm fine with the ass motorboating.
They need to show off the fact that he's a black belt somehow.
So yeah, that was Revise.
Yes.
And now...
Very strong, very good.
Now...
Dinosaur.
Okay, so that was Revise, but who cares about that, about the new stuff? Let's talk about what came before that.
Welcome to
Join
Battlefight
us.
Boomercast.
No!
Join us as we journey through this decade.
Decades. So yeah, but what is Heisei? What is it?
What is Heisei? Well, my friends, the Heisei era of Japan is a period of Japanese history corresponding to the reign of Emperor Akihito from the 8th of January 1989 to his abdication on the 30th of April 2019. The Heisei itself translates to peace everywhere, and it is also...
Yes, because J and ZO and Shin are still part of Showa.
Was he still alive back then?
I mean, you can look it up. You're already on the Wikipedia.
Right, I am. 1992. Oh, okay, fair enough. But I think we can all agree that the Heisei era is, at least to us here on this podcast, most notable for one thing. Being the best era of Godzilla movies, am I right?
I mean, that's
What?
when we got Shin Godzilla. That's when we got Shin Godzilla. So yes.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Come on.
But yeah, also why did the Heisei era of Kamen Rider started? Or if I remember correctly, wasn't it that the Metal Hero series was doing poorly, and since that was getting cancelled, they want to bring back Toei wants to bring back something else, and they took, hey, you remember that popular series we had in the 70s and 80s, Kamen Rider? Yeah, let's bring that back.
I'm sorry, Metal Heroes? Don't you mean the big bad Beetleborgs?
Shut.
Big bad Beetleborgs. Continue.
And
We're gonna arrest you and put you next to the guy that drew evil comics.
And so they decided to bring in someone that worked as a producer on Black and Black RX as the lead producer for Kuga, and also the writer for Kuga decided to bring back who is also commonly known as the Great Sentai Historian. Who
Am I supposed to look that up?
he was the lead writer for Abba Ranger, Deka Ranger, Gokaiger, Akiba Ranger. What was the one before Zenkaiger? Gira Ranger.
AKA the most Kino seasons of Japanese
he did
Power
the
Rangers.
2 seasons that were all about celebrating the previous Sentai seasons.
And so they came together. Oh, 1 second, I'm getting a phone call.
So anyway, everybody, we should really play the Trail series of video games. Do it now and finish it sooner than me, so you can
Please.
cry.
And a comment on the episode to say, hey, I finished Trails in the Sky first chapter before Meme did.
Let's see if I can finish 3 Trails games before he finishes the
Meme,
last chapter.
you better not cut this out. This belongs in the episode. Eat shit. So let's continue.
Welcome.
So, I also want to say, like, while Kuga was very much the beginning of the Heisei era, like, if you want to look at like Phase 1 as a whole, I would say like the one show that I would say like set the tone for Heisei Phase 1 was actually Agito.
Bad.
can't overlook the fact that
Got it.
Kamen Rider Kuge introduced the element that probably saved the entirety of the Rider franchise. And that element being...
Making money.
That element being, the lead actor himself, Joe Odagiri, and just, being handsome.
He created his own fucking spatial effect.
Yeah.
The Odagiri effect.
And thus, Tokusatsu has been changed forever.
Yeah, where the Odagiri effect, where hot men magnet a lot of women to watch the show.
Specifically mothers of small children.
The Odagiri effect, also known as the MILF magnet effect. Also, while it didn't start with Kuga, Kuga was the one that was very much emphasized the idea of forms. And hey,
what did start the forms actually? Was that Stronger?
RX.
Black RX.
Oh, right, yeah.
Stronger had a form, if I remember correctly, and
Stronger had a final form.
technically you could.
Like, a lot of them had a quote-unquote
Yeah, but
final
Stronger had like
form.
a proper final form.
But it was just like... But it was just like, I installed a mercury reactor in you.
You will now die in 10 years from cancer.
No, not him. He's an android, but everyone around him, yes.
Or Skyrider going, my color palette is worse now.
They had to differentiate him from regular Rider somehow.
But yeah, while Kuga was the start, a lot of people look at the tone and a lot of the, I would say the running bits and cliches really that are in Agito. You can feel them in a lot of the later Phase 1 shows.
Mm-hmm.
Where also that
Another thing that Agito introduced that's really core to the franchise is other writers in the show. That's another big thing. So I guess in a lot of ways Agito is really the father of the Heisei era.
while yes, I remember in Showa you had other writers, but it wasn't really structured they wasn't treated the same way as it is in Heisei.
In Showa, the other writers were just other main writers from other shows, with the exception of what's his name? Nigo and Riderman, who is a common
Riderman.
writer.
And also
so he
and
doesn't
also
count.
Tackle.
Yeah, Tackle too.
Who?
I am more ready to accept Tackle as a common writer than I am to accept Riderman as a writer. God, I hate Riderman. That's a topic for the Showa video, though.
Yes, but you all watch all the Showa shows,
Yes,
which
see you in
will
5
surely
years.
happen.
Hey, remember, Wikipedia exists.
No, it's been deleted.
Oh no! Oh God! The humanity!
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh.
It's start from the scratch. So yeah.
That's because you didn't know they don't
Yeah,
need to
I would say
Wikipedia. See what
for
happens?
Apparently Joe Odagiri has a Gravure book. Neat.
Well, you already have the Heisei era segmented in 2 halves, but I would still also like to segment Phase 1 into also 2 halves, because I remember that basically the main idea behind at least Kuga is that it was a kind of show that both kids and adults could enjoy at the same time. So it had a very dark tone. I mean,
and also all the shots are lit like hell.
and the fact
tone.
that at least one person dies every episode, that has nothing to do with it.
Meme, if you wanna see shots that are hell, just to look at the first 2 minutes of the first episode of Kamen Rider.
Oh, like the original one?
But as the shows went on, that kind of adult feeling, the feeling that it could be for both demographics, kind of started fading away more and more.
I'd argue
that then came back for a bit with Hibiki, at least for the first half, and then
Ricky finds Blade. I don't know. Blade's also pretty mature.
Aside from the ending, I would say the rest of it is much more tame compared to I would say Kuga. And then
I haven't actually seen.
And then
Kuga,
once
so I can't say
Deno
it.
started, it basically became a kids show, starting with Deno.
I'd argue Deno is well.
Yes.
It's not dark and
That's
mature.
the best part of Deno.
Deno's really emotionally mature.
It
has some really, really good examples of emotional intelligence that a lot of other shows
but I'm
don't.
more talking about a tone, and Deno stands out that really stands out, even to the two Phase 1 shows that come after it, with its tone being so much more lighter.
Kiva was like a dark show. Like, no, it was it was something that was really trying to be Den-O with the darker previous show's costume.
Yeah, so it was really jarring. Not counting the fact that the Kiva structure as a whole is hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, while I have yet to see Decade, so like I cannot say what the conclusion of the Phase 1 to what Phase 1 is.
From what we've heard, it's amazing.
Bad.
Decade is it's just the perfect cap off to the entire series. And everyone loves it.
No. You're talking about Zio.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, see, even Suda 51 likes Zio.
Yes.
I mean, in a stream where he was supposed to talk about No More Heroes 3, he instead was talking about the Zio.
And how it's better than
Hey,
any
Toei, cowards. Let him direct Rider season. Come on,
Not
you
just give
want
him a
to.
game. Just give him a Rider game.
It would work, like a No More Hero style Kamen Rider game.
Toei, give that man infinity budget, and let him go to work. Just as a pet project.
See, you say you give him infinity budget, but with infinity budget, we would have not gotten the most Kino moment out of No More Heroes 3.
Depends. It has a lot of peak Kino moments.
Yes,
Don't
but
worry
the one
about
where
it.
they borrow assets.
I mean,
For the audience who haven't played No More Heroes 3, I'm as confused as you
I would
guys are.
argue differently. I would say with infinity money, those Kino moments could happen more. There could be more of those Kino moments. Anyway, to get back on track. So yeah, like a lot of people, like when they're comparing Phase 1 and Phase 2, they're talking about mainly about the toyification that happens, like starting with the double. Yes.
Making
I'd say the toyification
money.
starts with Kiva, actually. Because Kiva's the first one.
No, because they didn't sell those toys.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Okay, did they sell the fucking Kamen Rider cards from Decade? Could you buy those?
Those sold really well, as far as I know. That's why they pushed it so hard with Double.
I'm pretty sure that even the worst selling Phase 2 series sold better
Oh
than
yeah,
any Phase 1
DK
series.
sold crazy. 10.9 billion yen, almost as much as Den-O earned.
Yeah.
Now look how much they earned from every Phase 2 series.
God damn.
Also, well, I would say like
Battle Zio was a cash cow.
now
My
I want
God.
to ask like,
Of course, they sold the scissors right one.
man, weren't you talking about how there was like a poll about who they want to like bring back for
Wait.
the Kabuto arc in Zio, and they all voted scissors.
It was voting for what would be a right watch. What would be made into a right watch, and scissors won.
That asshole, he's just in like what? He's in like 3 episodes of Ryuki, but he gets eaten.
Yeah.
I think there's something important to say about Decade almost selling as much as Den-O. Decade had 1 less quarter to sell stuff in. Well, Den-O had a full 4 quarters. So, I mean, I'm actually
Yes,
more
but
impressed.
Deno didn't take a Kiri, and it wasn't like, hey, look, other riders you like better than this show.
Oh, man. Oh, they should have resold old toys. That would have made a ton of money. Like, in Zio, they had the complete selection modifications that came out. And are still coming out. So, they...
I remember that this one time I was on YouTube and popped up a video that, hey, it's Agito's like 20th anniversary, and so we're releasing a new version of the Agito belt that is basically the same size as the one we used for filming, so it is adult sized.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, well, I want more of those, please.
Apparently they're selling, it's not like a adult-sized belt, but they're selling an official belt extender for Revice.
But I would like proper like adult size of those other belts, because while the belts, like, you can have an extender so you can put it around your belt, but it's still all really small. So like I want the just like, okay, I have the guy belt, I have the deluxe seats, but they're so tiny I can barely hold them.
Oh well, that's what complete selection modification is for.
Yeah, I also wanted to. So I wanted to ask, like, a lot of like with the toyification also changed like the structure of like the rider like of their powers. Where I would say like while I like how much variety there is to phase 2 shows and just how much flexible they are, I feel like that also bursts a lot of like for like at least third of the forms are just filler.
Yeah,
Like unless it's a season with a lot of writers like Gaim, it's just you just see a lot of that are just filler and just like they're used to once or twice, and they're like, oh, hey.
I think Gaim also had a couple of filler forms, like Ryugen's Kiwi form. He uses that like once.
I'm not gonna.
It uses it wrong.
I'm not gonna act like it only Phase 2 did that because Blade.
What do you mean?
Like it didn't have like filler forms, but it had. Blade has so much powers at its disposal, and yeah,
like time stop.
God, I forgot about time stop.
Yeah, like that's that. So it's not to the same extent, but I just that's like one thing that bothers me about like the power sets for Phase 2 writers. Well, okay, okay? Do you prefer the more limited Phase 1 style power sets? While they have multiple forms, there are not a lot of them, and their powers are more specific. Or do you prefer the Phase 2 approach, where it's just everything?
I kind of prefer the Phase 2 approach, honestly.
Like,
because in Phase 1, some of the fights can get a little, samey and repetitive.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like having alternate forms, even if you don't use a lot of them more than once, the ones that you do use a lot over and over again just make fights feel a lot more fresh.
Well, I would say like some Phase 2 shows like get around the problem of like there being like hey, we have this cool form that gets used once. Hey, we have this situation where this form that was used once could be useful. Why aren't you using it? Like I would say like something like O's gets around it by the fact that hey, the trinkets that we use to transform are constantly getting shifted around who has it. So the main characters don't always have access to those forms. But a lot of those, like, I feel like you have all these powers that you could use that you never ever use, even though they would be super useful. So like, while in theory, the Phase 2 approach seems much better because of how flexible it is, I actually prefer a Phase 1 approach a bit more because I don't know, it's just. I don't have all these moments where I feel like there seems to be like shitty excuses for there to be fights.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Now, Home, would you please list us your favorite Rider series?
O's.
Boy. Oh,
it's O's.
Boy.
O's, a Phase 2 series. So I guess that is better.
I say it's the one Phase 2 show where I said that's the one that gets around the issue.
No, wait, no. O's
series?
has the most cases of powers being swapped around all the time.
Yeah, but it makes sense because they're all after those trinkets. They're all.
Oh, okay. I thought you were complaining about that.
No, it's not complaining. It's just like everyone's about like everyone's all like trying to get the toys for themselves. As I said, they don't always have access to those forms, so it makes sense. There's an explanation.
But, that's so weird. I thought your favorite season of Rider was Kamen Rider Wizard.
Yeah, it's like a 6. Like a 6 out of 10.
Damn it, Home. The joke, it's not funny when you're okay with the show. It's funny when you really like it.
I may be the wizard.
Get with the program.
I may be the wizard apologist, but I'm not the wizard Stan.
You're the Wizard Fred.
Message to any wizard stands out there. We need someone to replace Home, so just email us. Email Pep specifically, and we'll get you on the podcast, and we'll get him out.
This does not apply if you're a 40-year-old virgin named Stan.
I will say, like, I feel like it was a weird, like, something weird that I was, like, thinking about is that a lot of the, like, antagonist quality went up the moment we switched to Phase 2. Because I feel like a lot of the antagonists in Phase 1 were always just weak. Like, with the exception of Kuga, a lot of the antagonists just to be fell flat.
No, Blade's another one. Fize had a really good antagonist until like the last arc, Not the last arc, but the last
I
couple
wouldn't
episodes.
call Lucky Clover really good. I would just call them subcompetent.
Oh, you mean all antagonists? I thought you meant specifically the final antagonists.
No, you said you said that Vice antagonists were really good up until the final ones.
No, not the final ones. I meant the final episodes where the king became the, big bad
Yeah, that's why I
guy.
said Lucky Clover is subcompetent. So they're not.
No, I mean specifically, Spoiler Man.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the part you said they were really good. I'm calling them mid.
Okay, fine.
Read the room.
But he can't read.
What's that? I'm just moving my fingers over my sound foam right now. I think it might say something in Braille, but I'm not sure because I can't read Braille.
I forgot you.
It says you're an
I
ass.
forgot. You have to taste the subtitles, otherwise you cannot understand them.
Oh, okay.
Good. We're done with Homestuck. Good. Great.
Edit
Awesome.
Edit those weird sound and replace it with something more tolerable.
Absolutely not. I refuse.
I just sent you the whole section about seeing through leaking. That's in Homestuck. I'm sure you will like it.
Also, another thing is I liked about I like how as I was going through Rider, like how the bell jingles started getting more and more elaborate and better sounding. Because oh boy, the bell jingles in Ryuki are so bad.
Yeah.
They're so quiet
But you like-
half the time I
but
cannot
you
really
like-
understand them.
But you like
I
Ixo,
didn't
right?
realize Ryuki had bell jingles. Ikusa Daiji Ing.
It's fucked up because then you look at Kiva, it's like, oh yeah, we got Daisuke Ono as for the bell jingles.
Wake up!
Though while I say there was like a steady progress, I have a soft spot for the Vice sound effects. I have a soft spot for that.
What's the size sound?
Boomer.
by.
Boomer.
Like it
Oh,
felt like it was
yeah.
weirdly sensual.
Yeah, I really like, especially Saiga's one in the movie.
Yeah,
Because that one has more of a straight up American accent.
I mean
Open your eyes for the next spies.
Saiga's actor, like his Japanese was so bad they just told him to speak English.
Yeah. Honestly, it had made Saiga way more memorable than he had any right being, because he's such a nothing character.
Yeah,
Yeah, he made it into No More Heroes 3.
and also like something that like they would always take it out of me, and I know I cannot just blame. Like they didn't have that much of a budget in Phase 1, so you can see just how cheap a lot of time the suits are.
I mean, Hope, you can still sometimes see how cheap the suits are.
I mean,
Almighty.
none of them.
Some.
Are like it was I think the Ryuki suits where or the Agito suits where I just saw them torn apart.
I mean, have you seen how the Blade suit looks nowadays?
Don't worry about it.
Oh man, I sure do love Dorito chips. Don't you guys love Dorito corn chips?
So since we're talking about
Yes! Saber also loves Dorito chips, that's why he has them on his
we're
fingers.
talking about Phase 1 suits, I would like for all of us to take a moment of silence for Kamen Rider Gills' suit. May it rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Fishman.
You didn't deserve it.
Goodbye,
You had such a
opening
cool
mouth.
design. Toei did you so dirty.
Moving on. Phase 1 is eventually capped out. Wait, do we move on now? Or?
We're continuing. We're still doing. It's not that we're segmented. We're talking about Phase 1, then Phase 2. I'm just kind of flip flopping.
I mean, we can talk about Phase 1 finale. I can talk about Phase 1 finale and you two can
Alright, I'm
listen.
just gonna close my ears. You two have fun.
Okay, Pep, shoot the gun.
Well, the fact that Soji Tendo's not the main character?
That's sad. I want Soji Tendo to be the main character of all time, of everything. I want Soji Tendo in the MCU.
You want Soji Tendo in DMC, the DMC.
It will make that game good. Yes.
Would it?
Yes. Because he said he would say "fuck you" and walked out of the plot.
I kept cutting in. I heard random things like, "I want Soji Taylor to be the main character of all time," and "divorce level 2."
You will have fun editing.
Now then, let us move
I
on.
want to move on to something that is compared like.
Let's
Want to just.
let's slip through the torrents of time together. You overquartzer. Let's cross over to the future of Heisei Phase 2.
We were talking about Phase 2 quite a lot, so.
God damn it.
Money!
Like, we were talking about the deification in Phase 2, where it was money.
Money. Don't you like my... Oh, wait. Is G Phase 1 or Phase 2?
It was released during decade, so...
Damn it. No, it's Phase 1.
It's Phase 1.
G feels like a very Phase 2 writer.
G Fuel.
Exactly. Holy shit.
Also, I would say, like, with Phase Time and with Phase 2, they started to stretching what could be the Kamen Rider bug guys.
And I think it's for the best, because they come some real creative stuff in
Can
Phase
Orange be bug guys?
Especially with X8.
Can Ice be bug guys?
I feel like it stopped being bug eyes and started just being like anything with that with the hatch pattern, or something that evokes the imagery of the hatch pattern. You know?
X8?
Yeah, X8 has little wait, let me find X8's mask.
How can someone forget X8's helmet?
No, I know, but I'm looking. Yeah, so X8 has like the little circles between his eyes. I feel like those do a good job of evoking that sort of like weird big eye imagery.
I don't know. I'm looking at X8's design, and the only thing I can talk about is Getter.
Shut up! Save that for the spin-off
Oh,
podcast.
hell yeah! You finally get to read Getter, huh? Let's go! Let's fucking go!
No, it's the
God,
spin-off
no.
It's the spin-off podcast because
No,
you'll be the
I'm
only
changing
one.
you guys to the fucking mic.
Who else do we know that watches Getter?
I know someone.
Yeah, just have him.
No. We need fresh minds on this, so you two are coming.
Yeah.
Don't you want to?
Yeah.
Don't.
Brainwashing. Unfair. You're already forcing us to watch Futo Tante.
What, you wouldn't want to watch fucking Double 2?
I don't want to watch Double
You're
2
already
because-
forcing us to watch every Sentai season.
No.
I mean,
Okay, no. Futotante isn't the true Double 2 just because it nerds Philip and Shoto's gayness. Doesn't count.
I mean, they're more Bishonen now. Now that they're 2D.
Oh shit, you're right actually. This is this is divisive. I don't know where to stand on this.
And also, since we're still talking about, hopefully we're still talking about Heisei, I also want to ask, like, who do you think, like, which of the, like, not like a writer, but who would you say, like, defined their respective halves of the Heisei of the Heisei period, which I would say for Phase 1, I
have a problem with Phase 2 of Heisei just because I don't think it works as its own phase. I think there are like 2 or 3 phases in Phase 2. Because, in my opinion, in my head, very distinctly, the Number Trilogy and the Build X8 Zio Trilogy, like, they feel very homogenous to each other, you know? They feel distinct from the other Phase 2
Let me give an
seasons to
example.
me.
So, like, for Phase 2, I would say, like, the 2 people that I would say, like, are most, like, you know, the ones that pretty much set to what Phase 2 was about would be Yasuko Kobayashi and Riku Sanjo. Yasuko Kobayashi being the writer of Kamen Rider Ryuki, Den-O, and O's. And I'm specifically talking about Den-O because a lot of Phase 2 takes cues from Den-O, specifically with its tone. And Riku Sanjo, as he was the main writer for Double Drive, and he was the secondary writer for Forze.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of Phase
Honestly,
1,
I've got to agree with you there.
standing in the distance,
Yes.
is a looming presence.
We've been memeing it.
We don't talk about him.
No,
right
we
now.
will. We will have to. We will be memeing it last episode, but yeah, I would say Phase 1 definitely has a lot to thank for. Thank for is a strong word, but I would say it would be Toshiki Inoue, who before
Mr. Inoue.
Yes. Good
who
old
before
Toshiki
Kamen
Inoue.
Rider, like the only claim to fame for him was Jetman.
To be fair, Jetman is really good. I think we can all agree on that one.
Every time we say Toshiki Inoue, just bleep it out after a few letters.
Okay.
Because
Come on, did you guys just love the ending of Jetman? It's such a good, warm, heartfelt ending, isn't it?
hey, we're doing the
Hope doesn't know how it ends.
It just there's a little warm feeling right underneath
it's an
my
Inoue
heart.
it's an Inoue season, so I can already guess it. Yeah, like Inoue being the main writer for Kamen Rider Agito, Faiz, and Kiva, and for being also a terminal cancer attached to Ryuki and Hibiki.
I feel like his effect on Ryuki isn't that bad.
He pops up like from time to time in the episodes, and all the supplemental material for Ryuki is Inoue.
Oh, read the books, yeah. Never mind.
And Rider
yeah.
Time Ryuki.
Yeah! Some fucking gay support
Yeah,
for
the
once.
worst representation there ever was. Pep, if there was one memory that I would want to erase from my mind, it would be that. What you told me about Rider Time Ryuki.
Do you know me?
No, I don't.
Spare our viewers. Please, we'll talk about it in the Inoue Trilogy Gaiden.
Oh boy, look forward to that one. That's a Patreon exclusive, guys.
Yeah. Fuck that! I just said it. It means we have to start a Patreon.
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna beat you up. Genuinely.
Then you have to.
I'm
then
gonna
you have to edit
tie
it
up
out.
this bag of raisins that I have and use it to smash you across the head.
Hey, then you have to edit out any mention of Patreon.
Just say website.
OnlyFans.
No! If we are starting an OnlyFans, we're only putting up your feet pics.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, moving on. Ugh.
Man, that would be. No, hey, so viewers may be wondering, man, why is a lot of questions feel really segmented and they don't flow into each other a whole lot? Don't worry about it.
We recorded this over the course of a week.
God.
Right? Yes, truly. Help yourself.
Alright, moving on. Where were we?
I think concluding it somewhat.
Ah, yes.
Like,
Conclusions. I love conclusions. You know what one of my favorite conclusions is?
while final forms, I would say, I feel like as they went on, the final forms started to
Note
really,
to self in
like,
editing.
color
That was
gold.
such a good transition. Fuck yeah.
Like a lot of the final forms started to tended to like the color gold.
Yes. Money. Gold money. Gold.
I think most of them use it in like moderation or like to support a second color, you know?
I mean, the first one.
Muteki. Grand Geo.
Grand Geo doesn't count. That one's like special, so I'm okay with that one. But everything in every other
King form.
Okay, yeah, King Form. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. You
So
could
it's not
say
a final form. Electric.
no. You can't just say
Electric
electric.
States.
That's one of his.
Electric states.
That's just one of his base forms.
But still gold.
Gordo Dorai.
You know, that's just a different rider entirely.
Yes, but it's a gold drive. It counts.
God. Okay. I mean, you completely like, skipped over Emperor. I think that's the most obvious one.
Now, do Super
But
Evolution Roid Muse count as
meme.
gold final forms?
But meme, Emperor form. We're talking about that's the base form.
You're right. How can I forget? What's Kiwa's final form again?
Death.
God.
Kiwa's final form is that final scene, fucking slapping you with its dick.
I mean, if either you wanna you look it up, there is an official suit that's Dogabaki and Emperor.
That's the one I was thinking of. I just couldn't remember its name.
Man, remember the planned final form suits for Blade? That never happened.
Wait, what? Planetfall forms was for Blade.
Yeah, Garen and
What?
and fuck, what was the? Garen was supposed to get a king form, and so was
I know about the SIC king forms, but this is actual regular king forms for them. It were meant to be.
yeah, because remember, the spoilers for Blade. I know we're about. It's in the name, so we expect you to know about Blade, but don't worry about it. Spoilers for Blade. Since Kenzaki's king form is supposed to be the weird one, since it absorbs all the suits, like all the cards,
Yeah.
all the undead. And the original plan for the king form was just to use the queen and the king,
Oh.
and no other cards. It's stated in the show. That's why Kenzaki is, since his absorption is so high, that's why he becomes the Joker.
Oh.
And then complains about society.
Shut up. Shut up. Ugh.
Yeah. Okay, between Hajime and Kenzaki, which one is Heath Ledger and which one is Joaquin Phoenix?
Hajime's definitely a Heath Ledger. And Kenzaki's Joaquin.
See, I feel like Kenzaki has to be the Heath Ledger because he's the good character in an otherwise kind of almost mid-movie.
How dare you? What about Joaquin Phoenix then? What are you saying about him?
Okay, here's the question. Which one of them would more likely dance on a staircase?
Oh, that's Kenzaki, 100%. Hajime as Milkman, maybe? Not Milkman, Takoyaki Man, maybe.
What
But
the f-
I can't believe we haven't mentioned the best rider in Heisei Phase 1 yet. Takoyaki Emperor. Please tell me someone else remembers
Hey
that.
meme, how's that? Hey meme, how's that half-naked man doing?
Oh shit!
Game over!